I think youth is a really vast topic and really well researched in marketing terms. I'm sure over the next 48 hours, next 2 days, you'll get various aspects of youth and what do they do. I've been given about half an hour to speak, and hopefully Pops comes in because I can't see Pops anywhere. Okay, that's great, Pops. Pops, I was almost worried that you're going to make me talk for 1 hour. Thanks. Okay, so I've got half an hour to speak, and to make it simple, what I have done is I have just covered 5 aspects of youth. So I'm not going into too much, covering the full gamut of what ticks with the youth. I'll cover 5 aspects. I'm hoping over the next 2 days you will get different various aspects of it. Bruce Lee actually had a very interesting write-up or a saying that he did, and when I started thinking of what I must say to the students or the youth or whoever is going to be here, I thought this was very apt. So I'll just read out what he said. He said, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friends. And really apt for the youth audience. So if you see the people around you, the youngsters around you, you can see that they believe in being fluid. They believe in being different. And in a way, never still. So the term that I have looked at defining the youth is never still. And if you start, through the 5 aspects identifying how you feel, hopefully there's some connect and there's some insight that I've got it through there. I'm sure you've heard and seen of enough statistics in about the youth. So I won't go through statistics, and probably you know them better because you are studying, I'm not. So you'll probably know all of this data by heart. But needless to say, India has the largest number of youth today in the world. It's not just in India, it's in the world. And 80% of these youth are now literate. Plus you can see affluence coming through. Yeah? And almost all of them are chronically experimental. Now you start thinking, if you are going to see such a huge population of 275 million people, you can see all of them educated, or at least 80% of them, money coming in, so there's nothing to stop them. It's not that and each of them wanting to do something. Can you imagine what it's going to be like? So what is the implication of this? Let us see what it actually means. Some time back we were fighting literacy. Yeah, you were thinking of how to put students into schools, how to put, our girl child should be educated, all this. If 80% of them are literate, now the fight is not at literacy level, the fight is at competitiveness. The fight is competition. Now you're not fighting scarcity. So, before liberalization, all these words that you've heard, there was a genuine dearth, there was a need for food, grains, education. There was scarcity, and you were fighting for survival. Now with affluence coming in, you're not fighting for scarcity. All of you are now looking at the better aspects of life. And this natural survival instincts that were there. So you will say, but animals have natural survival instincts, what will you do with that? I think that survival instincts now has moved into saying, who am I? What is my identity? So there used to be an era of time when you knew what you were fighting for. So there would be a war and you knew there was a war and you would be fighting for, they say dowry, there used to be an issue and a problem. With affluence, problems are low. So youth of today are actually fighting for an identity of who am I, what should I be? And it's a thing which crosses your mind almost every few days, because you know your parents, you don't want to be parents, you don't want to be like them. And the stories that your parents are telling you are all about, oh no, when the emergency era, we didn't have this, we didn't have that. You know, you say, okay, what's it? I have no such problem. You know, your fight is not their fight. Their fight was a different fight. And your fight is all about, should I be good? Should I be bad? Should I be interesting, clever, different, steady, creative, aggressive, smart, honest? What? Yeah, so a lot of your fight is about identity, and which is where I bring you to the first insight into the current youth, is that the current youth need a cause to champion. They need to find their own identity. They need to figure out who they are.